Hi everybody, my name is John Ratchford and I'm a photographer with a studio in North Sydney, Nova Scotia. And if you're familiar with the geography of Canada, we are the town that links up to Newfoundland, so that our town is the ferry terminal for Newfoundland. So it's almost on the edge of the world, as Andre used to say. I've had a great time in the photography business. I've been in it all my life. I opened my first studio in December 1988. What? How old does that make me? I know you're thinking, I don't look it. Maybe you're not thinking that. And anyway, that's the way I see myself. But it's always important to have a young spirit, right? I've had a great time in the photography business. I started off really slow. If I could go back and change things, the first thing I would have done was to learn and educate myself. Instead of learning trial and error and School of Hard Knocks. I did that for about 10 years. And I joined the professional associations. When I joined the pro associations, I start to learn from experts, people who have been in the business longer than me, have made the mistakes so I didn't have to make them. And I found every time I went to a convention, I will come back with $20,000 or $25,000 worth of ideas, and it would translate that fast. So I know the value of learning from people and education. So I did that. Then I had a school business for a number of years that was wildly successful. We were using those beautiful sets that Larry Hirschberger was making from Off the Wall. So instead of sitting kids in a standard pose with a blue background, we had these beautiful scenes where they would sit in a window, a Mediterranean window, and there'd be leaves around. And it was a spectacular school product that we had waiting lists for. It was just an amazing product. And I learned then that to be successful in business, you have to look around and see what else everybody else is doing and try to do something different. And in other words, make your market a blue ocean market. You ever hear of that? Like there's red ocean and blue ocean. There was a book written a number of years ago. Red oceans are where everybody's competing for the same thing and all the sharks are in the water and all you see is blood because we're all taking bites out of each other. When you're in the blue ocean, you're doing something so different that nobody else has it. So you really don't have any competition, because what you do is so unique. And I realized to be successful in business, you have to reinvent yourself, to come up with things all the time to make yourself swim in that blue ocean, because if you're not, you're just going to be fighting amongst the wolves, and it's not a fun place to be. Then it becomes about price, and it becomes about this, that, and the other thing. But when you can create your own market, then you have it to yourself, which is essentially what I wanted to share in this series. So I'm really honored that they asked me to be part of this experts panel. When I got out of the school business, I became what they call a senior photographer. Like in the United States, they do this thing called senior photography. It was a big thing down there. Nobody was doing it to any success up here in Canada, and I was able to create that market, and it became, that's a market everybody recognizes here in my area because I started it. It was great. It was crazy. We had 5 lines coming in here. Our phone was ringing all the time. It took off like crazy. We were speaking, I should say I was speaking all over the country. I spoke in Europe. I even spoke in the United States about creating these markets. So it was a great thing. And then the business changed again, and it became very competitive. Cameras got cheap. Everybody was able to become a photographer. And all of a sudden, we're swimming in that red ocean again. And I did that for a few years, and I feel like I even lost my way a little bit until this last year. I've caught on how to create situations and products and services that are so unique that nobody else is doing it again. So we have things called Ratchford Next Top Model. It's a great model program that's wildly successful for us. We have Cutest Little Caper Contest. We have Miracle on 34th Street, which is these crazy beautiful experiences. Like somebody said, it's like Disney without the lineup. When they come in here, they get this experience with Santa that you couldn't get anywhere else. Nobody else has this stuff, so we're able to swim in that blue ocean again. So what I hope to share on this team of experts is all the things I've learned. I've been everywhere, people. I have been crazy successful with lots of money and flying all over the world, to a few years later I moved in with my dad at one point during one year just so I could, I rented my house out just so I could kind of survive. So I've been everywhere, and I think I have lots of experience of the highs and of the lows and mistakes that I could share with you people. So again, I'm really pleased to be part of this experts panel. I think my specialty nowadays is to create these unique customer experiences that people not only remember and come out with a boosted self-esteem, but we're creating an experience where families get to appreciate each other more, and get to love each other more, and we're moving into that area. And I don't think anybody's offering that again. So again, it's to create that blue ocean, and that's my goal on this experts panel. Hope that you get to hear lots more from me in the future. Thanks for watching.